How is it going, everybody? First off, I hope you're having a great day today. My name is John, and this is Just Bucket Sports. I don't know why I'm always in polos for these, but we're gonna go with it. So today's video is about what I like to call Hypebeast Contracts, and I'm gonna put a little definition up on the screen right now just so you all know what I'm talking about. So basically what I define as a Hypebeast contract is just an NBA contract that is a pretty large payday to a player who's only performed really well for like a small sample size. One playoff series, half a season, 10-day contracts, that kind of thing. So I'm going to try and keep it to those kind of parameters for the video of who qualifies as these worst NBA Hypebeast contracts. And let's go! Tristan Thompson of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
In the 2015 NBA offseason, Tristan Thompson was paid a 5-year, $82 million contract. In the 2014-15 regular season, Thompson averaged 8.5 points, 8 rebounds, and 3.3 offensive rebounds. And then in the playoffs, he averaged 9.6 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 4.4 offensive rebounds with 1.2 blocks.
Now, this was the first time the Warriors and the Cavs met in the NBA Finals, and the huge story that was going around was how impactful Tristan Thompson was for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Going into the offseason, it was thought by a lot of NBA general managers that Thompson would develop even more and become an even more dominant presence on the glass. And there was also some potential that he would become a better scorer, but as we're going to see going into this year, it never really happened.
Going into this season, Thompson is only averaging 6 points, 6.9 rebounds, and has the second worst box plus minus he's had since his rookie season at negative 2.4.
Now, I touched on this a little bit, that the reason Thompson got his NBA contract was because he was such a monster on the glass in the Toronto series that year as well as the finals. However, once Thompson was paid his 5-year, $82 million contract, he didn't develop, he didn't get any better, and now he's mostly known for cheating on Khloe Kardashian. Now we're going to go with number 2. Bismack Biyombo has by far the best name on this entire list. Now, Biyombo got a 4-year, $72 million contract during the 2016 offseason. In the 2015-16 regular season, Biyombo averaged 5.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 1.6 blocks. Again, if we extrapolate those minutes to a per 36, he's averaging 9 points per game, 13 rebounds, and a great 2.6 blocks per game. Now, considering Biyombo could be considered an undersized center, about 6'8", 6'9", maybe 6'10 range, 2.6 blocks is amazing. Not to mention the 13 rebounds, too. Of course, in the 2016 playoffs, Biyombo averaged 6.2 points, 9.4 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks. And he was a huge reason why the Raptors had a chance against the Cavs. It didn't really work out, but he was a very big part of that series for the Toronto Raptors. Of course, if you fast forward to this season, Biyombo is only averaging 5.7 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks. Now, I think Biyombo and Thompson both suffered from the same thing, and that is people buying low and expecting them to be able to sell high on these centers who were supposed to be amazing rebounders, shot blockers, and they were supposed to take the small sample size and develop into something crazy game-changing. However, with Biyombo specifically, him being an undersized center, he was thought of as going to be the next small ball center who could switch on pick and rolls, block shots, rebound at a high rate, and it just didn't happen for him. Number 3, Allen Crabbe. In the 2016 NBA offseason, Allen Crabbe was paid a 4-year, $74 million contract. Now, in his contract year, the 2015-16 NBA season, Crabbe averaged 10.3 points per game, shot 46% from the field, 38% from three-point range, and 86% from the free throw line. Now, I actually don't disagree with this contract that much, considering the fact that Crabbe went from averaging 3 points per game the previous season to averaging just a little bit over 10 points per game this season and shooting at a really high percentage. And considering that this was also around the time that CJ McCollum took a huge leap forward and won Most Improved Player. Now, the fact of the matter is someone was going to pay Crabbe that offseason considering his scoring amount and his percentages, and considering that he had just gone on a season of averaging 3 times as many points as he had the previous season and only twice as many minutes. So someone was going to pay him, and Portland said, we have to be those people. Of course, they, again, thought that he was probably going to be the next CJ McCollum, and he just kind of bottomed out at around 10 points per game. Crabbe is now averaging around 13 points per game on the Brooklyn Nets, which you could use as a counter argument, but it's the Brooklyn Nets. So, number 4, Matthew Dellavedova. During the 2016 NBA offseason, Dellavedova was paid a 4-year, $38 million contract by the Milwaukee Bucks. In the 2015-16 NBA season, Dellavedova averaged 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists on 40% shooting from the field, 41% shooting from the three-point range, and 86% from the free throw line. Now, I feel like it's only fair to mention that the Cavs had just won their first NBA championship, so stock on Dellavedova was incredibly high. Now, this current season, Delly is only averaging 4 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists on 36% from the field, 37% from the three-point range, and 92% from the free throw line. Now, I bring up the fact that Cleveland had just won an NBA championship because Delly was seen as a huge part of that winning team, and the Milwaukee Bucks, also being in the East, you could say, wanted to take that away from him. Milwaukee's a very defensive-focused team. Delly was a defensive-focused point guard while also being able to shoot the three at a high clip. So how could you not see him fitting in with Milwaukee? But the contract was way too high. Number 5 is Chandler Parsons. In the 2014 NBA offseason, Parsons earned a 3-year, $46 million contract from the Dallas Mavericks. In his contract year with Houston, he was averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists per game in 37 minutes of play, while shooting 47% from the field, 37% from the three-point line, and 74% from the free throw line. Now, this contract is also a little understandable, kind of like Allen Crabbe's, in that Chandler Parsons had just averaged over 15 points per game the past 2 seasons. It was only his 3rd year in the league. How could you not think that he's going to get even better? Dallas saw Parsons as the next big thing and something that they could turn into a franchise player. He was hugely marketable at the time as well, which I'm sure is something Mark Cuban loved about him. However, sadly, due to many injuries, Parsons has declined ever since that season, and now is averaging only 8 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists in 19 minutes per game coming off the bench for the Grizzlies. He's shooting 46% from the field, 42% from the three-point line, and 63% from the free throw line. Now, I think of the 5 contracts I mentioned today, Parsons is probably the most understandable, considering that he was averaging over 15 points per game the previous 2 seasons leading up to this contract. In his 2 seasons with Dallas, Parsons did not pan out due to the injuries he suffered while on the team, and then sadly, injuries have also continued Parsons to Memphis, where he currently plays, coming off the bench for one of the worst teams in the league. Alright everybody, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. We are still on the road to 5 subscribers. We're at 4, so if you're watching this and you're new, you can be that one. To make my day, make your own day. Make my day. Now, if you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, share the video with your friends, see what they think. I want to know what you think in the comment section down below. Make sure to go follow me on my social medias on Instagram and Twitter. Usernames are in the description below. One more thing, actually, today is Tuesday, so tonight is the draft lottery. I got a really cool giveaway I want to do for y'all if we can get to 100 subscribers before the draft. So make sure to subscribe again for that so we can do that giveaway. I think it's going to be a really cool idea. I haven't seen anyone else do it, but I really want to do it for y'all, so make sure to subscribe, get your friends to subscribe, and I can do it. Anyway, I'm out. Your $72 million contract? That's funny. Subscribe so I don't have to deal with this shit.